Is this a rally car?
No, it's a road car, but it's a rally car.
I'll never get that 10 seconds of my life back.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Drift Games vlog. We are getting ready to go to America. The next time you see me on the vlogs, I will be in America at Clutch Kickers with Neil from Juicebox. But we've had to pack everything into the shed because we're trying to get some space. We've got some projects going on. We're going to update you guys on everything in this episode. Josh is going to do a little bit of traveling. This is a bit of a kind of a what's gone on in 2022 sort of video. It's getting towards the winter and we've had to keep them all inside so they don't rust. And that's caused some issues because probably have too many cars at this point, but we're keeping them all. Don't worry, there's not another for sale video. So I'm going to give you guys a little update on them and what's going on with them. Most of these will be projects we're kicking back into early next year because we have 2 car projects we're doing at the end of this year. Everything's looking pretty good. So Josh's MX-5, Josh, the hero car of the channel.
It's ready for another stint.
So basically Josh's car and the Verosa, which we'll get to in a bit, are going to be revamped for the bash on the 3rd and 4th of December. As you guys know, last night the driver tickets went on sale for the Drift Games Bash along with the spectator tickets, and now you guys know that Jimmy Oakes is coming back to drive at the bash. What he's driving, we'll be doing some of the stints in the Verosa with passengers. He'll also be doing some driving in other cars as well. We'll get to that in a future episode. Jimmy will be able to tell you himself because he's going on Drift Week with us. But we are going to basically get the Verosa ready for that and this car. So there's going to be like 4 seats available for passenger rides over the weekend. And if you haven't got your driver ticket, they could be sold out by now. I have no idea because we filmed this before they went live. But spectator tickets are available. It's going to be a hell of a show. So make sure you grab them soon from the Mondello Park website. Okay, so
can we actually also so Wayne did this by himself, did he?
This worried me when I saw it.
So yeah, this is what we walked into.
I mean, I trust him, but I'm not sure I trust him that much.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to see him do that again. I'm stuck here now.
You're stuck there in the middle. You can go back over there.
I'm going back over.
So the S12, we've a bit of tidying to do. So electric window doesn't work on one side, and it's got a misfire. I think the misfire and all of the running problems with this car come from all of the piggyback rubbish that people put on the car. So it's like, I don't know, boost controllers and air fuel ratio controllers and all sorts of stuff. So we're ripping all that out, putting a link ECU in it, sending it to the dyno. Car should make 250, 300 horsepower, something like that, and it should be perfect. This is what I'm going to drive quite a bit next year because I actually really like this car. But it's also €56 tax in Ireland. But also, I never really got around to it this year. Next year is all about driving. And the same goes for the Datsun. So the Datsun is probably one of my favorite cars here, but it has a bit of a timing issue. So one of the rockers moved in the engine and we moved it back, and it's kind of, the timing hasn't been right since. So we're going to get someone to look at that. We're going to get the time, because it's a carbureted engine, it's not like you can plug into anything. So we got to get some old school expert to try and get this thing running right, get the old school V8 running. But other than that, the car actually, everything works. It's perfect. Spirit Ride car. Again, I want to drive it. It's registered now. I did no driving with it this year. Next year, I promise I'm going to drive it.
Next year is the year.
That car is going on the road because I think the shine has wore off it a little bit now. It was all show, but now it's going to be all go. Green MX-5, tidying, right? Just a little bit of tidying.
That's just staying the way it is, but getting it on the road.
The RX-7, my one. Spats are coming, spoilers coming. Other than that, kind of like the car as it is. I think I'm just going to keep it nice and tidy. That's going to be a cool summer car next year.
Going to the business end.
The business end. So, Red PS is getting one major upgrade for next year. I'm biting the bullet, putting the Lambo doors on. Lambo doors and underglow, and she's done again for the next season.
Don't change that car too much, because it is the best car in the world.
So I'm not changing anything except Lambo doors and underglow, and you approve of that?
I don't think there's anybody in the world that won't approve to Lambo doors and underglow.
Exactly. So Corvette, again, a trooper all year.
Don't change your thing, it's working.
It's working really well. So I'm 2 minds. You let me know in the comments. I've got a new engine coming for it. Yes, it's going to be more powerful, but it's going to be more finicky. It's going to be a lot more maintenance. It's going to be a lot more hardship. The engine that's in it and the setup that's in it now turns on, works perfect. Lloyd at DRT did a map on the Link ECU, and since then it's been just a joy to own. So I'm 2 minds. I'm definitely going to change the looks of it, But I'm thinking, do I run that engine until I really need to upgrade, or do I upgrade before? You let me know in the comments what you guys think. This, the SR20, is with Dave Yandel in DY Engines, and he has said that it is
politely put it, buggered. We can actually put in a picture here.
Put a picture of the piston from that car in, because it's in fantastic shape. I said to him, what can we salvage from the engine? He said, the rocker cover maybe? I was like, wow, okay. So that car definitely had a big issue. So that's what we're trying to rectify. Whether we put it back in the MX-5 or not, irregardless, we're going to build it as a very good SR. Whether it jumps into another one of the cars that we have here that are SR powered, because we have 4 of them, or we put it back in the MX-5, or we switch something up with the MX-5, put the engine from the Corvette in the MX-5. We're going to decide this while we're in America, because we've got time to have a think about it. And sometimes you don't want to jump in too quick. Supra, absolutely nothing wrong with it. Easily the best car I own, and I have it now 8 months. Still unbelievable. This is, I'm going to say it out loud, the best BMW in the world is a Toyota, and the best Toyota in the world is a BMW, because it is a fantastic car. Fast, comfortable, not even that heavy to run on anything. It just does everything perfect. Anyway, enough about all these cars, because these ain't going anywhere for a while. What is going somewhere is our Toyota Verossa project. Now, you guys remember we went to Driftworks, we picked up works wheels for the RX-7s, but we also picked up a Verossa, which we're going to turn into a drift taxi. One of our 2 big projects for the winter, one being that, and one being the S15, but we'll get to the S15 later in the episode. Let's go check out the Verossa. All right, so we're building this car. We've got a very short deadline, and we've got a big announcement, because usually we would go to America and Wayne would be left here to fix the cars, but guess what? Wayne's coming to America.
For a little while.
For a little while. He's coming for Drift Week. He's not coming because we have no idea how to fix our own car this time, which is exactly why he's coming. But so Adam, Josh, Wayne, and Dave are all going on Drift Week. The dream team. This, though, on the other hand, means that we've got problems now because of time.
2 weeks.
We have 2 weeks before
and
2 weeks after to get this car done. So what we want to build this car for is 2 reasons. One is obviously a drift taxi, but if it's just a drift taxi, it's kind of got one purpose and not another. So we still want it to be to competition regulations, so that I could take the car to a competition, or I could loan the car out to someone for competition or whatever. So that's going to be pretty tricky. So I think
We need new radiator.
new rad, new fans. We discussed whether we keep it stock power. So stock power on this is probably about 280 horsepower. With the intercooler, let's call it 300 horsepower, maybe. I don't know if that's going to be enough for 4 people. I don't think it's going to be enough. So I think what we're going to have to do is a full turbo kit, manifold, and we are going to put a link ECU in the car. So I'm hoping we can get this car to like 450 horsepower, 425 to 450. We might have to change injectors, we might have to change a few other bits and pieces, but that is the plan. In terms of suspension, I have to give a big shout out to Josiah and all the guys at FDF Race Shop. They've given us a full kit for this. It should land this week. So it's a full Mega Mantis angle kit for the front, 70 degrees of lock, comes with all of the arms and all of the back arms as well. We're putting into the car as well. So essentially this car is not a JZX underneath, it's an IS300, which is weird, but it seems like the suspension front and back is an IS300. So what you've essentially got is an IS300 with a 1JZ is kind of what I think the chassis is. And this is the biggest change from the last time you guys have seen it. It's all stripped out. There's nothing in the car anymore. It's absolutely
Whole mess of
a
wiring.
whole mess. Now it's starting to look like a drift car, isn't it?
But this is the problem we have in the back.
I was about to say, the front is easy. That's regular drift car, but the back is the problem. So Wayne, where is the fuel tank in a Verossa?
Right there.
It's
right underneath the back seat.
So someone's got to be sitting on the fuel tank, and that is not safe. So what we're going to try and do is level this area. Well, Ryan's going to try and level this area, and then we're going to put a fuel cell in the back of the car with a
One in
firewall.
the back of it, yeah.
Yeah, so we talked to Ryan and we said, look, it's starting to become more and more of a drift car. We want to take some of the weight out of it. So probably what we're going to do is tube the back end, but leave it okay. Tube a bit of the front end, probably just do a bumper bar on it, level this part out. And the other thing that's very strange, as Ryan said, is you have to have 2 main hoops. So normally in a drift car, you've got your main hoop and all the bars go back. Now we need a main hoop here, and then there has to be another main hoop back here for the passengers in the back.
A lot of work.
Ryan has a lot of work. While me and Wayne and Josh and Adam are having the crack in America, Ryan will not be having the crack trying to do this. So we'll be checking in with him. But some of the ideas I have, you guys can let me know in the comments. We were arguing about this earlier on. We have a link dash going in the car, a link ECU dash, that's going to show us all of our display instead of the stock dash. Should we mirror one in the back on the roll bar so people in the back of the car can see the speed and the angle and everything? Or do we put like 2 screens in the back with a camera facing forward, so if you're in the back and you can't see through the person in front of you, if you're going in a straight line in the pits or whatever, you can actually see what's going on at the front. Or do we do all three? You let me know in the comments. So this is the great thing about buying JDM cars that have been through a couple of owners. You have no idea what's going on. So we got a bit of a surprise. This is actually not a bad looking exhaust that was made on the back of it. So fuel tank is going to come out of it. Everything else looks good. The diff, does that look like an IS200 diff to you? So it is rear.
It actually has a hole for the rubber bushing. You probably can buy the bushing and put it.
There's people screaming out to us right now.
Yeah,
exactly
they're going to tell us exactly what we do here now. So rear of the car looks to me like IS200. This was originally an automatic car and it was converted to manual by Garage D Julian Smith in the UK. So it was a really tidy job done. So a few leaks and bits and pieces, but we can sort that out. A little brace in there.
Other than that, it's very clean under here.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
That's the main thing. There's no...
Like, it's not a rusty car.
No.
So what we're going to do is make a list of all the stuff that we need to get. We're going to go down to Darren in Group D. Josh is going down tomorrow with his Samsonis gearbox to get it all serviced up for next season. Irregardless of what engine he's running, he's going to run the Samsonis. So Mike Dean is the man, James Dean's brother. Go down to Dean M Sport, bring that down, and then bring our list to Darren, see what he has in stock, check up on the S15 that we're putting the MR2 engine in, and I'm going to go pack my bags. So Josh, at this point, I'm going to say goodbye to you for good, and you're going to go down traveling the country. So see you in a bit, buddy.
Good riddance.
Good riddance. See you in 2 weeks.
Welcome to the next day. Samsonis gearbox in. Also my old MX-5 engine that now Adam is taking to rebuild for his car. So obviously when you're going somewhere remotely close to anywhere, everyone asks you to drop something off, so that's what he's done. So, off to Cork to drop off parts. Okay, just to update you briefly on the gearbox of my car. Sometimes when you pull the lever, it didn't go into gear, and in the videos people were giving out to me for pulling it too much or anything like that, but that was the reason why I was doing it. There's something in there with the selector or one of the cogs or God knows what, but if it doesn't go into gear and it half selects a gear, then it can shatter all of the gears, which is very pricey and not really what you want. Hopefully it's a problem easy to spot and we can fix it, and then it will be solid for next season. Whoa, that was a big jump.
Have you been looking outside at your car lately and thinking, I need an upgrade? Well, I'm going to send you somewhere very special, to morefieldmotors.ie. They've got amazing stuff like this in every specification, a huge range. If you want an SUV, you want a performance car, you want something practical, they can hook you up and they can even source it if they don't have it. They offer full finance and they have a beautiful showroom where you can come in out of the elements and actually check the cars out properly. Tell them I sent you and you're going to pick yourself up a very nice machine.
Not that bad, thank God.
You're a stronger man than me. So you've done many of these boxes before with James, I'm guessing?
Yeah, and we run a lot of them in lots of other cars as well, so you get used to them.
Oh, we are not used to them, that's why we brought it down to you. So hopefully a refresh ready for next season. So whilst we're here, there's a few mad things around, including Mark II Escort?
Yes. Yeah.
Got that right at least. And is this a rally car?
No, it's a road car, but it's a rally car.
Ridiculous how much attention to detail these rally guys go to.
People are just passionate about the Fords, and to be fair, they do look good when they're done.
I'm guessing on the inside it's all...
6-speed sequential in it.
Oh! Okay, I wasn't actually expecting that. Has it got a... is that a Quaife box?
Yeah. 60G Quaife.
6-speed sequential, fully caged. Realistically, not a road car. So I'm not sure I've actually seen one of these. It's an Anglia. A 1.6 twin cam engine. I bet this thing weighs absolutely nothing and goes like an absolute rocket back. So I believe James Dean's first drift car was this, and years later he's found it in exactly the same spec and everything like that. Definitely gone back to his roots a little bit there. Then we just got 15s, James's road car. Be careful not to stop on poop. Hello, doggy. Here you go. So just before I left, I picked up a little bit of James Dean merchandise. Some pretty cool styles that they've got going on there. And that leads me into a question for you guys. What do you want to see us make in the future? Are you a fan of the designs with particular cars, such as the collection that we put out with the S15, Datsun, IS200, all of them? Or you're more a fan of the subtle car designs, such as the Projects hoodie, the one like I'm wearing now? Drop a comment down below so we get a bit of data on what you guys want. The really cool thing that James's team's done is they've done a team jersey almost the same as like a football jersey. Absolutely terrible representation of it right there, but it's the same sort of material as a football shirt, same sort of idea of the sponsors and everything like that. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Do you want coats? Do you want long sleeves? Do you want jumpers instead of hoodies? Let us know in the comments. Right, on to my final destination, which is Group D. So the S15 is, I believe, waiting for parts. Just gonna annoy you now, Darren. Hello, Darren. He has to be polite because I record, that's what I do. I put the camera on you, then you got to be polite.
Welcome to Ireland, Josh.
Welcome to Ireland, I've been here a long time.
Haven't you?
So, what's the story of the 15? Am I coming to collect it? Is it done?
Yep, it's finished. That's for you anyway.
What have we got? What have we done?
Transmission cooler, which you will use as a power steering cooler. That's what you want.
We've literally tried to come to a one-stop shop here for the Verosa build, so give me the parts.
This is nice. Look, this is our JZ takeoff for your oil cooler. So that'll replace the whole original kind of water-cooled setup with that massive banjo bolt. You haven't a clue what that is, but other people will. You have the two AN10s to go out to the cooler, and there's a little special fitting that we use. You'll be able to take your oil pressure and temperature here straight out of the engine, so it'll be just easy for you.
To simple it down, you know your oil temps, so you know if you have your oil too hot.
Exactly. And there's a cooler for you, oil cooler, very simple. And if you monitor your oil temps, you can see if you need a bigger cooler or a smaller cooler. Having the oil too cold is as bad as having it too hot. So
Linky CU will be hooking us up with those temp sensors, so we know all about it. Again, this is going to be a seat time car for lots of seat time, so that's why we want to keep all the temps cool. And Darren is going to give us all the parts.
or you could use a
I'm beeping that out. I'll let you decide what he's going to say.
handbrake. If you wanted a handbrake, there's your cylinder.
We're getting the same system that's on our drift cars, right?
Correct. And your handbrake, the same as fancy one that's on your cars. It looks sexy. I know you're all about sexy.
As long as it looks good, it doesn't matter if it doesn't work.
Braided lines, just way better than copper and everything.
Way better because they look better.
And they're better. Brake light strips for you, you wanted them, two of them. Bonnet pins and boot pins, obviously you need all that. And then you have your fuel pump, fuel filter, and fittings to make that work. Oh, there's a clutch there as well. There's your clutch.
Yes.
So, extreme clutch kit, that's like 45 or 50% upgrade on factory. So
we're planning on running this at 400-ish horsepower, so that will be extreme enough for that.
you don't want it too extreme because you just have a synchromesh Toyota gearbox. So with clutches, you kind of want it on the lower side if you can. I'd rather.
Well, you know what? I can sort this. Have you got a pen?
Semi-extreme.
Yep.
I'll never get that 10 seconds of my life back. That was great. As I was saying, I'd rather have it wear the clutch out than break the gearbox.
I've got the camera, so can you give me a hand with?
Yeah, well, let's just put away the camera and take them out.
So, wasn't expecting everything to take that long today, but sometimes things take longer than you think. So, I have one place to go on my way back, but it's just dropping Adam's engine off. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to end this episode here. So, sorry there wasn't an update on the 15. Darren just is waiting on parts. You know how it goes if you're building cars. It's kind of a dead end until you can get the parts in. So sorry for teasing that. The good news is we got more Verosa parts than we thought we were going to get. So whilst we're in America, that build can get started and hopefully the majority of the work can get done for when we're back. And the plan is Dave's going to America in a few days, so the first video will be out after this. So this is a goodbye from me for a bit. Dave's going to be taking over the channel for a little bit with Neil from Gearbox at Clutch Kickers. So I'm not going to lie, a little bit jealous I can't go to Clutch Kickers because I watch it online, I follow the series and it looks incredible. But I'm sure Dave and Neil are going to have a great time there and get you guys, more importantly, some amazing content. So until then, enjoy the content in America and I shall catch up with you when I join the boys in America. So I won't catch you guys on the next one. I shall catch you on another one sometime.